Hi, it's Ra, Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology, here to give the astrological forecast for Saturday, March 15th, the Ides of March, 2025. Okay, nobody with a knife behind me. That's a good thing. Got to stay sharp. I mean, dull is good. Well, you know what I mean. In any case, the sun today is at 25 degrees of mystical, magical water sign Pisces. Pisces energy, of course, is very ethereal, not really made to deal with this world, so it's sometimes pretty escapist. And the moon today is moving through the early to mid degrees of love, beauty, and social justice oriented air sign Libra, which is ruled by Venus, which is why we're so colorful here today. It's a good day to visit an art museum or do something nice and creative because both Neptune-ruled Pisces and Venus-ruled Libra are highly creative and artistic and aesthetic. Now, of course, the big news is, as if we didn't know, I'm taping this just at the time, Mercury, the planet of communication, has just turned retrograde at 9 degrees, 37 minutes of the Mars-ruled fire sign of Aries, which means pretty spunky, if maybe a little confusing communication we will have to endure for the next 3 weeks and 3 days, 24 days. It's the longest retrograde that Mercury makes, and this is one of them. So we want to make sure that we are not confusing ourselves, and so we want to be very careful in our verbiage, in our thinking, our communication just generally. Be careful driving. The re's apply. Rework, rethink, review. Do all of those things. Don't start new ventures right now. Wait until, well, I would wait until both Mercury and Venus go direct, which is, I believe, the 12th of April is when Venus goes direct. So Venus and Mercury, the personal planets having to do with relationships and communication, both retrograde now. Well, old people may come back into our lives. I mean, old lovers, or we may communicate with old, people who used to be in our lives, but in terms of starting something new, not a good time for it. Wait. It's a good time to just kind of get your feet under you and make sure that you know what you're doing. Mercury turned retrograde at 11:46 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 2:46 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 6:46 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. During the pre-dawn hours, the moon also made an opposition to Venus, planet of love and affection, at 8 degrees of Aries. It's been right hanging out with Mercury right there. Mercury is still, of course, as we were saying, at 9 degrees of Aries. So the moon makes an opposition to Mercury as well. That occurs during the daylight hours, so we'll get the brunt of that. And moon opposing Mercury, Libra to Aries, is about making sure that you know what you're feeling and thinking are coordinated rather than going off half-cocked. You know, I feel one thing, but I think another. This is one of those energies where paying attention to what you're really feeling as opposed to just what your head might say is a good thing. That occurs 7:12 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 12:12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 4:12 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Then we go the whole day, or most of the day anyway, without another lunar aspect until the afternoon, more toward the evening, when we have the moon at 13 degrees of Libra in a harmonious, flowing trine to Jupiter, planet of good fortune and expansion, at 13 degrees of Gemini. This is really nice. This is a lucky moment, and it says, socializing under this kind of energy is a good thing. You might get lucky in more ways than one. 3:38 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 6:38 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 10:38 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Everybody wants to be optimistic and in a good mood despite everything that's going on, so take advantage of it, or just think big. That's Jupiter as well. Just thinking big and optimistically. We need that. I'm Ra, Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology. Now, if you would like to have a personal reading with me, you can book it on my website, starpresence.net. Remember, from the very moment that you're born, you've got star presence. Enjoy this day, no matter what. Hey, be creative. Be colorful today. It's one of those days.